rebound here. I ended up doing 16.8 miles. There was not a good shelter to stop at that was decent miles, and I kept on thinking that I was going to stealth camp somewhere. I even picked up water from a spring about 5 miles before I ended up stopping. I think it was about 5 miles. And so I ended up at a deep gap where there are some stealth sites. It rained for the first half of the day and was really foggy, and then the sun came out, so that was really nice. And at one point I passed Sparrow, the doctor of physical therapy who diagnosed my foot, and it turns out that the day she left Lady Di's place, she got norovirus and was pretty sick with it, and just stayed at the campsite and barely did any miles the next day. And so I saw her today, and she said she wasn't throwing up anymore, but she was just really feeling wiped out. I asked her if there was anything that I could do to help her out, and she said no. She did not have cell service, but she was trying to use her inReach to text someone. And so I hiked on. About 5 minutes later, I came to a road, and there was a shuttle driver and said, "Hey, did you see Sparrow?" I said, "Yes. I saw her about 5 minutes back," and he said her husband is very worried about her. So I'm assuming that she got a shuttle and went to a hotel or something, poor thing. And last night at the shelter, there was a lady who had also had norovirus. And I don't think I told you, but the last night that I was at Lady Di's, I threw up. And it came on all of a sudden. And I thought that maybe it was something I had eaten, or the fact that I had just taken my vitamins, Benadryl, and ibuprofen all at the same time. Anyway, I just threw up once and then it was over. I felt fine after and the next day. So there are signs all over the place warning about norovirus and telling you how to avoid it and how it's contracted. Basically, it's contracted through feces. Like, say, it's very hard for hikers to stay clean out here. A lot of us use hand sanitizer. I'm willing to bet that some of us forget to use it. We don't use our precious drinking water usually to wash our hands. And so let's say you pick up a pen to write in the register at a shelter, and someone before you had gone to the bathroom and not washed or sanitized their hands, and they touched the pen and they were carrying the norovirus. Then if you touch that pen, and let's say you were eating your dinner and you picked up a tortilla with peanut butter in it, and whatever your hands are touching went into your mouth, that kind of thing. That's the way I understand it and how it's transmitted. So it looks like there has been a rash of norovirus, and so far I think that I have avoided it. About my foot, it hurt today. I discovered that if I walk on the outside edge of my foot, it puts the pain in a different place where it's not so bad that I have to limp. If I just walk my regular way, I'm limping. Around 1, I really thought I was done for, and then I took an Advil, and that really helped a lot. And I was able to hike on for 3 more hours, probably 3 or 4. I'm not sure what to think about it. Sparrow did ask me how I was doing, and I told her that my foot was still hurting, and she asked me if it was worse, and I said, well, no more than when I first came into Damascus. And she said, oh, good. And I told her that I was trying to walk on the outside of my foot, and that it sort of caused a pain in another place, but not as bad as when I walked the other way. And she says, well, that sort of makes sense. And I asked her flat out, I said, is this going to be able to heal if I keep hiking? She said, well, it's hard to say. And all along, she has never said absolutely do not hike unless it's getting worse. So I'm not sure what to think. Today was pretty miserable. I just sort of went into zombie mode. As I mentioned before, I can take a lot of pain. Used to have a lot of headaches, daily headaches, and you just sort of learn to live with them. This is kind of hard to tune out, this foot. I did stop quite a few times and stretch it because she told me again that I needed to stretch, ice, and use the anti-inflammatories. I did stop on the first day and put my foot in the stream, and it was so cold I could only leave it in there for about 10 or 15 seconds at a time, and I couldn't tell that it really helped any. I might try to do that tomorrow if the sun is out, because tomorrow will probably be a shorter day since today was longer than I intended. I've been wearing my compression sleeves the past 2 days. I got them in my box that came to Damascus. And I don't know whether they are helping because my pack is now lighter and I'm not doing as many miles. But I have to say that my legs have not been hurting. Of course, maybe my foot is hurting so bad that I can't tell that my legs are hurting. Seriously though, my legs, for whatever reason, have felt better, so I'm going to continue to wear those until such a time as I determine that they're not helping or they're detrimental in some way. So thank you to all of you who suggested that. And I am pretty darn tired right now, and I'm at a stealth site. I most likely will be alone here, but I don't know. Every time I say that, someone comes in late. I hope they do, because I really don't like to camp alone. But I guess that's it for today. This is Rebound, signing out.